So today we're going to be reviewing Alan Wake 2.
We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever finding the story. This is not the story you want it to be.
First things first. What's your name?
If you haven't played it on top of the line hardware, it's an experience in itself. You should definitely do so. घुसते review के अंदर. So now we had decided that we're not going to be spoiling the story for you, but the basic storyline is simple. So Alan Wake is a writer, and whatever he's writing is coming true. Boom. And he's been missing for 13 years, and now FBI is investigating some murders in and around Bright Falls. Now the starting of the game is unlike I've ever seen. मतलब नहीं देखा मैंने ऐसा. It was brilliant. The way it started off, the way it progresses. मैं क्या क्या बोल सकता हूँ उस गेम के बारे में, from the graphics, from the RTX effects, from DLSS. मतलब मेरे दिमाग का स्ट्रक्चर उड़ा दिया है गेम ने. And one of my favorite gaming moments in the past 4 years actually is there in this. Before that it was actually Control. उसके बाद इसमें आया है वो moment and it's been talked about online. It's the whole musical thing that happens in chapter 4. Now let's talk about gameplay. Now this game is supposed to be a survival horror kind of game. It's a slow paced game. It's not like the Call of Duty वाले लोग को मज़ा नहीं है, धड़ाम धूम नहीं है, but very atmospheric. The sound effect is very nice. The graphics are brilliant. पूरा एक माहौल बना देता है. And by God, I'm not kidding. आपका फटेगा. रात के टाइम लाइट बंद करके अच्छे साउंड सिस्टम के सामने खेलो, 100% फटेगा. Okay, now Alan Wake 2 doesn't do something great in terms of gameplay. ज़्यादा significant improvements नहीं है. There's a lot of refinement from the last game. A lot of refinement. One interesting feature which some may find a hit or a miss is actually the mind place mechanic. So basically you are also an FBI agent and you're also Alan Wake, and you have this whole investigation going on जहाँ पे you're piecing together clues. At times it tends to get tedious, but the payoff is there. So now since the story itself has lights and shadows and darkness in Alan Wake 2, I mean it's a theme actually. Even right from Control, the game was designed around RTX, and this game is just tailor built. मतलब RTX card इसके लिए बना है. I'm really not kidding. Now let's talk about the graphics. Whew, lot to talk about that. ये game का सबसे बड़ा strength is graphics. The environment, how richly detailed it is, how immersive it is, and the whole atmosphere created around darkness and how this light affects that. It's brilliant. A dense forest, abandoned town wala feeling. And let's get started on the lighting effects actually. The lighting effects are unlike I've ever seen. मतलब brilliant है. And especially in a game like this, जिसमें light से आप enemies को मार रहे हो. Oh fuck! Let's not talk about how DLSS helps and how ray tracing helps. We'll just put it on your screen. You can actually see how amazing every single scene looks, how the light bounces off, and path tracing. सुनने में समझ में नहीं आएगा आपको path tracing क्या हो रहा है, but imagine just this, right? So there's a cup on a table, and the color of the cup is affecting the color of the reflection. Simple words में ये बता सकता हूँ. All of NVIDIA's latest technology, from RTX, from DLSS, from frame gen, हर चीज़ है इसमें. You kind of need a really beefy system to run it at 4K 60 plus FPS. I think 95% of systems will struggle. And some of the things in this game are actually kind of, है mind blowing है. Especially that mechanic where when you switch on a light, the scene changes immediately. And you change the plot point and the scene changes immediately. It's a बढ़िया चीज़ है. You need a good SSD to play this well. I think SSD is a requirement in fact. And trust me, it's worth spending extra money on RTX. This is probably the first game जिसमें मैं बोलूँगा कि RTX का कुछ फ़ायदा हुआ है. Yeah, so good job Remedy and maybe NVIDIA as well. मतलब उन्होंने निकाला है. So rounding off with the gameplay and voice performances, सब बढ़िया है. Story writing is amazing. Now round it all off, because we talk about a lot of hardware, you probably need a beefy system to play this. So you're probably looking at an i5, an i7 or Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7 along with kind of the latest Gen C GPUs. I mean, उससे कम में you probably not extract everything you can out of this game. especially because of the RTX and the part tracing going on. And clearly, since it's NVIDIA technologies are kind of pushing this further, NVIDIA is kind of recommended. RTX K latest GPUs 4060 and above is what you should be looking at. So all in all, Alan Wake 2 is a brilliant game. Definitely recommend you to play. And in case you're looking for a build to play Alan Wake, you're at the right place. Now thank you for watching.